big cat. Welcome to my therapy. This ain't your ordinary world, it's extraordinary. See, I'm a high priestess lightworker, here to guide your way through the waves of life. We'll find a new path to embrace. Tarot, astrology, numerology in our hands. No weapon formed against you shall ever stand. We're winners, we never quit, we always keep on going. Quitters never win, but we're always growing. Hey there, big cat, let's chase the highest vibration. Together we'll create a new world, a brand new nation.
Namaste! Grand Rising Big Cat air signs, welcome or welcome back to Big Cat Astrology, Big Cat Wave, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. The planetary hot topics to add to your almanac over the next 7 days. On the 16th of January, the Moon in Aries squares Mercury in Capricorn. Effective communication is challenged today, and you might find yourself stumbling over your words. Ensure that you are both speaking and listening with consideration. On the 17th, the first quarter moon in Aries. Make adjustments over the next weeks. Seize the initiative to bring about positive changes in your life. You also have the moon in Aries trining Venus in Sagittarius. Add stability and security to your life during this unique celestial alignment. It's a fabulous time for committing to long-term endeavors. On the 18th, the moon enters Taurus. Pay attention to the preservation and growth of your financial and material possessions. Seek security and compatibility as essential elements in your life. You also have Mercury in Capricorn sextiling Saturn in Pisces. During this period, embody hard work, ambition, logic and intuition. Exercise caution. Consider your actions carefully. Execute plans mindfully. This is a time where you may find yourself attracted to older individuals. You also have, on the 19th, Mercury in Capricorn trines Jupiter in Taurus. Take advantage of this time, this excellent period to apply to universities in investing extra work for exam preparation. Seek out courses, be engaged in learning and teaching, explore foreign lands and immerse yourself in different cultures. Business affairs will thrive and it's an opportune time to learn a new language. You also have Venus in Sagittarius squaring Neptune in Pisces. Be meticulous in reviewing the terms and conditions of contracts as there may be hidden elements. Affairs started now, especially in secret, could be exposed in the future, leading to potential embarrassment. On the 20th, Pluto enters Aquarius with the planet of power and change in the free-thinking sign of Aquarius for the next 19 years. A potent combination emerges. Negative energies can hinder progress towards your goals. On the 22nd, the moon enters Cancer. Take emotional self-care seriously during this phase. Relax and rejuvenate your soul. On the 23rd, Venus enters Capricorn. Shift your focus towards goals and progress. Overcoming inhibitions becomes vital today. You might feel inclined towards the elderly and individuals with higher social standing. Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Big Cat Wave! Ha ha! Namaste! Grand Rising air signs, welcome or welcome back for your next 7 days. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Big Cat Wave. Thank you for joining me for these messages or massages. All right, let's jump right in, darling dears. You have a 7, darling dears, a highly spiritual number. The number 7 is ruled by the moon, Cancer as well as Pisces energy. It speaks about you being more knowledgeable, darling dears. Well, you are an air sign after all. Intellect is your go-to move. The number 7 in the astrology is ruled by the aspect, the semi-sextile. Okay, so this is a healing and a transformative aspect for you, darling dears, the next 7 days. It's also spiritually guided. You was guided to go within. This is looking at your own life, how you think and how you feel. You are being free thinking, darling dears. Law number 20 of the 48 laws of power. Yes, there's many opinions, darling dears, but you daren't voice to the left, right, or center, darling dears. You just what? Keep your own counsel. Learning new levels of understanding yourself, darling dears. Love it. Your birthday could be the 7th, the 16th, or the 25th. The letters that are associated with the number 7 are G, P, Y. The moon is also representative of B, K, and R. So you've got B, K, R, and G, P, Y will be of some importance to you over the next 7 days. As well as your best days will be Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. You are a natural born explorer at this moment in time because you do the what? The hard work, the time to self-assess, darling dears. This is about you learning to use diplomacy. Why? Forgiveness is your go-to move. You understood it was like taking the poison and waiting for the other party or parties to pass away. Well, not anymore, darling dears. You're forgiving them and letting it go. Having a fuller, more enlightened understanding of life. You have the energy of the 3. The 3 is conflict, darling dears. Someone or someone still wants to tongue wrestle with you, darling dears. Why? Because it's always people around you, people that don't support you, darling dears. They see the change in you. They feel the difference and they feel that you are going to a level they can't even imagine, darling dear. So of course they're going to be angry and finger pointing. Well, good luck with that. You also have the energy of the 4. Communication, darling dears. Expect some form of communication, but remember, diplomacy is key. And also remember, it's a PS on that. PS. Your emotions are yours to control, darling dears. Don't allow anybody to pull it about like taffy. They are not your king. You are the keeper of your peace, darling dears. Energy of a 7 is someone, or you're going to meet upon someone or meet someone along your path that is going to give you some information that is going to cause you to change your plans. I don't think you'll be sharing it with them because you're learning to move in silence, but it's possibly a peccadillo that's coming at the right time. Be prepared for the incoming synchronicities of it all, darling dears. But you are feeling more happy and in love. I'm feeling the love of self, darling dears, understanding you and the energy you carry. It's not a cross to bear, darling dears. It was just being utilized in the wrong environment, which you are understanding. You also have, with the 7 in tarot, it's represented by the Chariot energy, Cancer energy, again, the moon. This is your determination and drive. Some of you are taking driving lessons, or you've just passed the driving test, but you do have a chariot of righteousness. That's your vehicle, darling dears. Anywhere you go, and it is righteous, and it's a chariot. Fist bump. Got to get a bit posh. Posh. Clap. Your inner warrior has been ignited, darling dears. When you're going to be meeting someone, possibly a new partner, whilst going about your life, darling dears, you will be receiving an invitation. The energy is telling you to take the invitation because you'll be going there with a different enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment, and you are more disciplined. You've moved on from past situations. That was just a mental trap for you, darling dears. You're understanding to take your energy where it is loved and appreciated, not tolerated, darling dears. A different version of yourself is being metamorphosed. You are now butterfly, air sign, big cat, fist bump, Esquire. Ha ha ha! Love it. I don't hate it. Right, let's get your Oracle Ancestral message. Do I have the book for this one? Yes, we're going to use the Mermaid Oracle deck to get your message. Base of the deck is relaxation. This is still, yes, you may be on your new path, darling dears, but you've got to take time to rejuvenate your mind. Even when it's you have to do mundane tasks, darling dears, find a way to add some creativity to it so that you can turn it around and get it done. Nothing like ticking off the boxes of the to-do list, darling dears. What do your ancestors want you to know? Contentment, being at peace within, darling dears. Having faced your shadow side, having done many, what? Dark walks, darling dears. To understand that the toxicity that was surrounding you, you was also part of it, darling dears. Now you've understood the lighthouse, this beacon, right, that was drawing you. It no longer holds you. You're looking away, you're looking towards your future, but it's about being mindful of the present moment. Okay, let's put it here so you can see it clearly. Be grateful for where you are right now, darling dears. It's not where you was, and it's not your final destination. Once you set down firm plans, with a bit of leeway for, you know, a little bit of diversion, but good God, not into the DNS, the dark night of the soul again. No. We love our hairline. Right. Contentment is on page 48. That's a 12, goes down to a 3. It's about you being able to express yourself in like-minded groups, darling dears. Being more authentic, which is what a beacon for other like-minded souls. For you to screenshot and read at your leisure or leisure. I'm going to just read a little bit. Count your blessings to stay in a place of contentment. Feeling content is a wonderful feeling. Enjoy this time, dear friend. You've earned it. This serene mermaid is totally at ease as she sits on a bridge with the light from the lighthouse shining in her direction, illuminating her blessings and helping her to feel deep gratitude for her life situation. The bridge gives her the perfect vantage point from which she can view her surroundings. The sea is calm and is a reflection of her life right now. What was we just talking about, bestie? If you feel anything but content, then this mermaid swims into your cards today to remind you that contentment is possible. Just a slight change of mind, a different perspective can shine you light on your life so that contentment can be easily within reach. Change of perspective, darling dears. You're being applauded by your ancestral team. Base of the deck. What did I say? Like-minded soul tribe, darling dears, coming towards you. If you get an invitation, go, darling dears. But always go with your third eye buffed up to a bitchin' shine. Why did I move the cards up? Listen, I just go with the flow. You're going to be content with any new friendship, darling dears. But as a big cat, you always do the what? The research. No one gets invited in for free. No free rides. Right? Law number 40 of the 48 laws of power. No free lunches. There's always the back end. And we don't want to talk about that. We want to be friendly and happy. Right. let's press on. We're going to go with some intuitive cards first. Messages for the air signs. Wisdom, darling dears. You was the eternal seeker. You went within, but you are being what? Getting many spiritual downloads. It's because of your endurance, darling dears, and you had faith. You feeling all in the heart, darling dears. Not allowing your heart to become cold, but you guard your heart. Your strength of character comes from what? The self-introspection, self-examination. And understanding that you are the nuclei to any circumstance around you, darling dears. And you're not a tree. You can move. You can change. But you're still grateful for what you've overcome and what is to come. But you are present, mindful in the moment, appreciating the gift that it is. Someone's missing your touch, darling dears. Well, you're more wiser about someone else's touch. Maybe they've got a gnarled hand, darling dear, that don't smell too friendly, right? Details and decisions. Somebody's made a decision, darling dears. They're missing your touch, maybe your energy. The touch couldn't be just your light. The way you did certain things. Yeah, this person is an agent of karma, darling dears. Someone's going through their karma because of the decisions they made. They didn't take time to think about the what? The fine print. That they'd lose a big cat for air. And when a big cat is gone, they're gone for air, darling dears. Why? Because they understood the assignment. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the counter, darling dears. Look up that angel number. There's a message for you. Yeah, this person is a thief and a liar and an agent of karma. Missing your touch, but you are much wiser, darling dears, of the betrayal they put into your life. Perfidy, treachery, treason, and heartbreak. Good God! You get a what? Gosh, clap for the survival alone, darling dears, and you're still sane. But there was a time when he was barking at passing cars, yeah? Let's carry on, let's carry on. Let's get there. Ask some direct questions. What you're seeking is seeking you. This is Soul Tribe, darling dears. But it's all about you, what? The new wisdom that you've had or have has raised your vibration. You've been making wise choices based on values as well as your individualism. You recognize any limits is what you put on yourself. You've got what? Conceive, believe, and achieve. Down pat, darling dears. And again, this speaks about dates. Going on a date, an invite. The Two of Cups is also about forgiving, balancing out your masculine and feminine energies, understanding that at some point on your healing journey or your journey to wisdom and knowledge, darling dears, you had to be, in some cases, masculine, protector and provider. And then feminine energy, manifesting and nurturing, darling dears. You're getting a second chance at life, one which is more in harmony. This next 7 days is a spiritual walk by faith and not by sight, darling dears. Agent of karma and a liar. Good golly and gosh. So what's the overall theme for the air signs? Who God bless, no man can curse. We've also got Hierophant energy, darling dears. Hierophant is the God card in Tarot. It speaks about you being a teacher or in a student setting, darling dears, but it's about you understanding that you don't know everything. If you do, you're a fool. Life is about constant change, and the change is through learning new things, darling dears. And again, this is the green light to say the right person is coming towards you. A bond, darling dears. Some of you will be entering into formal training over the next 7 days, darling dears. Well, we've got Mercury in Capricorn from the 13th. So yeah, your practical goals, darling dears, this is what you're focused on. You've got the new moon in Capricorn, and you've also got Mars in Capricorn from the 4th of January, and it's going to be there for about a month and a half. Yeah, This is about going after your dreams and your ambitions. The Hierophant is also representative of your second house. The second house, the house of values. Your income, darling dears, your habits. Your comfortabilities, darling dears. Some of you are looking at your streams of income. You're changing your income. Some of you will be giving out classes. You may be a teacher. You may even be a reader, darling dears. But your delivery is different. It's different because you're content. Maybe as you started out as a reader, you was going through your own DNS, your dark night of the soul. It was your healing, your cleansing. And now you're in a content place. You are badassery itself, personified. Your theme for the week is that learning new things, going to a new position. This is about you wanting people around you that are accountable for their actions and their words. The actions and said words do line up. This is also claiming dominion of yourself, seating in your spirituality or your religion, darling dears. This is also about you understanding that you have to continue to protect your reputation going forward. Law number 5 of the 48 laws of power. You've learned to say less. And say less this week because I told you the tongue wrestling thief, liar, agent of karma has got an issue with you, darling dears. Look at this Jezebel spirit. Ooh, child, where's my shiznai? Yeah, Revelations 2:20. Someone that wants to argue and fight. They want some form of discord with you. It could be a romance. It could be a friendship, but it's definitely feminine energy. This is a troublemaker, darling dears. A merchant of slander on the balls of their feet, darling dears. Sending a lot of negative energies. This person is looking into the past. Yeah. Or maybe they're remembering the negative energies and the things that they did on the back end, darling dears. They didn't expect it to come full circle, darling dears. Yeah, this person is blocked from your life, darling dears. Personal people, it could be a group. King of Wands, your futuristic thinking. All this fire energy is about your... There's a sexual undertone with this situation. But it's also a lot of jealousy as well. Everybody's looking back into the past, but they're not looking at who you are right now. You've changed so much. This is about you, 7 of Wands, standing your ground and speaking your truth, even when your voice was shaking, darling dears. But this is spiritual protection as well as guidance. This has been a journey for you, darling dears. A journey. Yeah. Out of toxicity. Nearly had to bite off your own proverbial foot to get away from situations and circumstances. They're still talking about you, darling dears. You're legendary, but your name is mud amongst the mud Huttians. Yeah. Yeah, because you're focusing on your health, your work. This is success, darling dears, and you're winning. Because you knew that it was a spiritual warfare that you was under. All right. Let's ask some specific questions. What's your finances looking like? Your work and finances over the next 7 days. Oh, free as the wind blow, darling dears. Some people are looking at their finances from a different perspective. It's about putting certain things on pause, darling dears. I feel as though somebody's going to be resurrecting some kind of idea from the past. Yeah, you've got lots of viable new ones, but this is rearranging something from the past, and it's going to be lucrative, darling dears. People are going to pause because it's going to come as through as, yeah, you're an entrepreneur, but it's fresh, new ideas that you're going to be bringing forward as far as your work is concerned. Yeah, you're going to be the change that people aren't expecting. The underestimated comes out on top. Financially, this is going to open doors for you, darling dears. An older idea that you've had, you're going to resurrect that. And it's going to be what? Badassery at its finest. It's going to create new links, new opportunities, new lines of, I heard networking. But this is a new field, darling dears, but it's an old idea that you've had that you are recognizing. Yeah, the details. This is why you're going to make a decision to use this old idea. And it's going to resurrect your what? Bank account, your Skrilla.com, darling dears. New links, helping hands. Somebody's also going to have to be outsourcing. Yeah. Or maybe they're outsourcing themselves. We've got the Hierophant energy. Somebody going towards a new job, a new situation. So in a more leadership role, darling dears. But in this new beginning, you are free thinking. This is the rebel Uranus energy. Yeah, because you know how to bring the tower. You know how to change, darling dears. And this change is going to bring a new what line of income into your purse, your pocketbook, your handbag, your wallet. All right. What about my single air signs? How's it going for them? The single air signs. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, you've got to find patience, darling dear. Patience is a virtue because something is not over. Yeah, some singles are still going through what the back end of cutting off some form of relationships in their life. Well, whomsoever you cut off or trying to cut out, you have to have patience. It's been a long journey, darling dears, but you had to come to self-realization. Yeah, 5 of Swords in the upright, darling dears, of the betrayal. This is a situation you would never win. It'd be an empty victory. Why? The tongue wrestling was still going. You was dealing with narcs, darling dears, who love the one-upmanship. This is the ending of a relationship. It's a long time coming. It's been dragged on for a while. We see a 5 here, could be as much as 5 months, 5 years. But something is 100% over for you, darling dear. Yeah, you know your worth and you've added tax. My single air signs. Yeah, it's not like you're broke or anything. You've got your skrillers, darling dears. This is the right choice for you to move on from a situation. Could be a job situation as well where there's a struggle, darling dears. It's a struggle. I'm also seeing a situation where you brought someone in to work with you, darling dears, and they created what? The devil's playground. Leave the situation alone. Legal situation. They're not expecting a legal situation if it is a work situation for my singles. They're not expecting it, but you know what? All things will come out in the wash. You've got your intel. Oh, okay. What about for the those in a relationship? A prospective relationship, partnership, what's going on? The cards are hard to get together. The communication ain't flowing. What's going on? Oh, we've got the World card. World card speaks about a fresh start, a new beginning. Look, there's a change up in the partnership, darling dears. It could be because of a holiday that's planned, a surprise. One of the partners is planning some form of a surprise. And Page of Wands also speaks about what? A message, an idea. But it's also what? Well, somebody's going to surprise someone with some kind of a getaway, a trip. Yeah, long awaited. Could be a world trip, darling dear. Somewhere they haven't been, but long wanted to go. This is going to seal the deal on this particular partnership. It's a new beginning. Yeah, there's an age difference in this partnership. King of Wands. Oh, my God. Whoa. Somebody wants to turn over a new leaf in their relationship, darling dears. King of Wands in the reverse. This is somebody actually realizing their actions within a relationship. They want to move forward because they realize that there is true love there for them. Yeah. They're remembering the lack of patience, the lack of balance they brought to the table. This is like a sorry because they want a stable foundation. 4 of Wands. Pardon me, that's a spiritual belch because I speaks the truth. Roof, it looks lovely, darling dears. King of Pentacles. Oh, listen, don't let them just spin in the line because it's them, because of their mother and father. They've got the choice to change. They can change. They don't have to be what they grew up in, darling dears. Make them go to counselling because it won't work without it. The gesture is lovely though. Get your suntan lotion, in my case, the virgin, unrefined coconut. Yeah, coconut oil, darling dears. That's what I bring. Yeah. All right. Let's have a look at your health. Your health. Your health. Somebody's avoiding some kind of medical visit. I am not a professional medical person. No, I'm not a doctor, nurse or anything like that. I am a qualified counsellor. However, if you feel as though you've got an illness or an issue, please go and seek a professional medical person. Right. What does the cards think about your medical side? Somebody's avoiding getting something with a checkup, darling dears. You're living in, listen, your head is in the sky. Go and get the checkup because you need to find out the illumination. Somebody needs to get some form of an x-ray. An x-ray, ultrasound, MRI. Go and get it done, darling dears, because you're about to nip something in the bud. The Judgment card is represented by, come on, case, think. It's water, fire, and Pluto energy, okay? Pluto has something to do with your regenerative cells, your reproductive organs. Go and get checked up, darling dears. I'm also hearing joints, something to do with the joints, the fingers. Go and get your checkup done, darling dears. Because if you don't, it's going to affect your health greatly in the long run. This is the ending of a situation. Go and get the checkup done, darling dears. There's no point worrying by yourself. I'd rather know the truth. Roof, pinkies up, so that I can plan my way forward, darling dears. My way back to health. Yeah. What did I say? You need to get the checkup so you can plan your way back to health, darling dears. Okay, final card. What was the overall lesson? We see the Most High here. We see that you're looking at your values, your income, your luxuries in life. Looking at your assets and your financial securities, darling dears. Looking at your priorities, but using your talents, darling dears, to acquire a new line of income and assets. What is the... Yeah. The lesson is what? What you focus on will grow, darling dears. Where you put your full efforts and your energies, this is the garden that you're watering on. And it also speaks about what? Success comes through hard work, darling dears. Anything that comes easy is not really worth having. Why? Because you don't appreciate it. And you are rolling with what? The 6 G's. That's God, goals, gifts, greatness, growth, and gratitude. Love it. 8 of Pentacles in the upright. This is you being committed to this new direction in life. You are raising the bar, the spiritual bar, the work bar. You're being your own form of perfectionist. Many of you work with your hands. You know that your ambitions are going to be realized. You're attaining higher skill sets, darling dears. Some of you are realizing the situation you worked in. The lesson is that it was a marriage of their convenience. You're best off on your own, focusing on what? Building your own empire, whatever that empire is for you, darling dears. You can get anything you want. Remember, you're not a tree. Let go of what no longer concerns you. Yes, those secret-keeping, back-front neck-tabbers that like to cut to the white meat. What are they? Agents of karma. You are a thief and a liar. On that note, I drops me mic. Head over to my Teesprings, my Patreon, or my TikToks, where I also upload videos. Thank you very much for your continued support of me and this channel. I truly appreciate your appreciation. If you'd like a personal read, hit me up in the Gmail. All of my intel is in the description box below. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I'm coming through with the intel and the recon for you. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Big Cat Wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, 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 cat.
No longer a mystery. Black sheep is your birthright. It's code for the one who brings the light. I bet if there's a crack, you don't fall back. Remember who you are. No rest for the wicked with their skullduggery. The use spell workers' projection to send out envy, hate, and jealousy. You are the prototype, your ancestors champion. They shield you and send back those spiritual attacks. You are divinely protected from the dummy bats. Yeah. Big Cat, the Most High, got your back. He sits high and looks low, so don't get smoked or smoke yourself. Big Cat moving silence. Only time you speak is to say checkmate.